Hello, sacred souls. It's Susanna from Alamanic Shaman. What I have here for us tonight is getting divine help in seeing our self-worth and not putting ourselves down when we're trying to be supportive to someone else. And I also wanted to share with you, and that's sort of the progression of like last ceremony. So this is the ceremony candle from the last ceremony. And what I see here, I'm going to try to go from the top here. At the center, see this black thing, which I think is the leftover of the wick. I don't know if there's anything else in there. But what I see there is in a circular shape, or like in a circle in a sense, there is an eagle at the top flying over the earth, right? So that's what I see in there. Wait, this way. So to me, that means that we are protected when we are following our spirituality, and we are in connection with the divine, like the eagle is the messenger of the divine, of the creator, of that higher power, that force, and is like the connection between that and us and like here on earth. So being on our spiritual path, we are connected and we are in connection with the divine. So we're definitely on the right path. This is a sign to show that we're doing everything right that we're supposed to do. We are on the right path. We just have to basically go step by step. And this was the wax that was around the candle. And what I see here, it looks kind of like a rocking horse. Not quite a horse, but one of those rocking things for children. It might have been like one of those stylized rocking horse things, but either way, it's for our inner child, right? So healing our inner child and being on our spiritual path is exactly the right thing. Like we're completely doing all the right things. And then this morning, I found this on the floor. It must have fallen down overnight, and I don't even know where it's from. I mean, I know where it's originally from, but I don't know where I had it, where it could have fallen from. It was suddenly on the floor. This was a tiny little free gift from one of the Etsy vendors that I had ordered something from. And I remember thinking it was really cool because it is this mini angel, right? You can see the wings on the side, and I guess this is a crooked halo, like with a head held a little sideways or something. But like the wings are pretty clear, right? So it's a tiny little angel, and that is definitely our protection. It's a sign that we are so angelically and like spiritually protected and guided, right? We're definitely on the right path. So the topic for today is standing stronger within who we are and not making ourselves small again, because that's what I've been experiencing and being shown the last few days. One is I myself told one of those, as Louise Hay calls it, disaster stories. It may sound a little extreme, but basically there was someone who told me that he was psychic and felt intimidated when he checked out my website. And then to make him feel better, I told him how 2 years earlier I had felt intimidated when I was attending a spiritual conference, and there were people that I felt were way beyond me, right? And this was the truth. However, on the path, we have to keep in mind that whatever we speak, especially the higher we move on the ascension journey, the more we actually speak things into existence or we solidify it. So it's like that's how we can keep ourselves down and not in power, when we keep reaffirming basically through those stories that we're less or lower. And if it's a story from the past, and let's say we have progressed in the meantime, then it's almost like regressing again. Now, I've also recently taken up a new hobby, and there I feel, even though I've been a few times, but kind of spread out. So I still feel like I'm at a complete beginner's level. I can do a few moves, but it's still like I'm far from where I'd like to be. And there are some really wonderful people there who have been super supportive, but they've been doing the exact same thing. They have told me of basically how they weren't that great in the beginning and how long it took them and so on, right? So they were really trying to make me feel better. And I did feel better if I was able to compare that, okay, they're doing so amazingly now, and it took them this long, and they weren't that great at the beginning either, so I'm totally fine, right? But keeping in mind that we shouldn't compare ourselves to anyone else, because everyone has their own journey. And even if, let's say, someone else learned it way faster than me, for example, actually that wasn't in their examples, but we're still doing what we feel called to or compassionate about and so on, right? So if we're still comparing ourselves to others, then we're still very much in the 3D dualistic world, and haven't quite recognized and realized that we're all divine in our own unique way, right? So trying to see our own unique worth that we all bring to this world. We're all different in our own way, and we can all do amazing things, but we have to believe in ourselves, right? And we can support others without putting ourselves down. However, if we've spent a lifetime, or maybe many lifetimes, and also inherited this intergenerational pattern of putting ourselves down to make the other person feel better, then that's a really, really hard pattern to break. So that needs to be broken. And I just realized as I was talking that it's another portal closing and cord cutting, it seems. So give me a quick moment. I will need another roll of an empty roll of toilet paper. One moment, please. Okay, I'm back. Ta-da! So I will cut that again. Well, not this one again, but I will cut one again. Okay, I think we're set. And this time I will cut, not burn this one. See, this is from the last time. But I feel like this time it's fine for actually cutting it. And just reinforcing our own self-value and believing in ourselves. Okay, so let's smudge and get started. Please cleanse, clear, and renew all of our energies and take away anything dark, low vibrational, and unhealed, and transmute it into pure divine love light energy and return it to the universe for reintegration. Thank you. And please help us fully and completely reconnect to our own inner divinity, as well as that all around us, and through that be in oneness again with all of creation. Thank you, Dankeschön, all my relations. All right. Dear Creator, higher power, source and soul energy, our higher selves. Wait. Sorry, I had recently switched because it was someone who had actually in the past thrown a lot of dark magic at me that corrected me to say source. And I just recently vowed to actually change that to divine power and forgot about it again. So let me start again, please. Dear divine power of the universe, our higher selves, our higher spirit guides of the light, our ancestors that are in the light, dear Mother Earth, powers of all four directions, powers of the east, powers of the south, powers of the west, powers of the north, powers of all four elements, air, earth, fire, and water, and all other benevolent powers, forces, spirits, and beings of the universe that are of the light, please join the ceremony and assist the healings, prayers, and protection with all of your powers. Thank you. Please close the circle of protection around us. Thank you. I want to give tons and tons of gratitude to all of you, to this divine team, for guiding us so strongly, for keeping us safe, shielded, and protected every single day, and for helping us to learn how to quote-unquote walk kind of in the symbolic sense as toddlers of New Earth, basically. Again, sort of in the symbolic sense, we're just starting to learn the ways of a new, more enlightened way of being on this earth, and for creating New Earth with values that are different from the past, where we live together in cooperation, collaboration, where our interactions are harmonious, well-meaning, in harmony, where we come from a place of love, not hate or fear, and so on, right? You get the picture, and you all know what I'm talking about. But thank you for teaching us, basically like toddlers would learn everything about the world, except we're just stumbling and falling and learning, and then we're learning to be better and do more than, let's say, a year ago, 2 years ago. So thank you so much for being our quote-unquote, like air quotes here, our parents in the ascension process. Thank you for all the blessings along the way, for all the wonderful people that are starting to come into our lives. I have recently met some really, really wonderful people, so I just want to give thanks for that as well. And of course, the usual things of a roof over our head, food in our stomachs, and in the kitchen, the kitchen cupboards, fridge, etc. For being safe and healthy, or if not fully healthy, then in the process of healing, and having lots of support in our lives, and for starting to feel better and better about ourselves and our lives and our progression and everything that has to do with the direction in which we want our lives to go, our spiritual path, and fulfilling our soul mission, our soul purpose in this lifetime. Either we're just trying to figure it out, or we're in the beginning stages, or maybe already a little further along. But for many of us, it's not an easy transition, right? So transitioning out of a regular 3D job into our soul mission can take time and patience, and we thank you for guiding us every step of the way. And so it is. Thank you, Dankeschön, all my relations. Now for tonight's ceremony, please help us learn the next step that is quite crucial. And I have had various scenarios where in all different forms and variations and with different people, it was always the same kind of learning message, let me put it that way, of not putting ourselves down or making ourselves look small or stupid or anything like that as an attempt to be supportive towards someone else, or as an attempt to make them feel better about themselves if they're lacking the self-confidence while learning something, or while just being in the developing stage of something. And also being patient and kind with ourselves if we are in that situation of just learning something or just being in the developing stage of something, that we recognize and realize that it takes as long as it takes, and everyone has their own pace, and it's okay. Rome wasn't built in a day, so to speak, and it doesn't matter how long it takes. We should simply relax and enjoy the process and not be so hard on ourselves. For many of us, that goes back to having been criticized, put down, made felt small or stupid or anything like that when we were small, when we were children. So we learned to do that to ourselves now, and let all of that, here comes the crank, okay. Let all of that be undone. Let all the damage be undone from those toxic patterns, and help us regain the strength within ourselves that we came to earth with as babies, and that was basically trained out of us, if that makes any sense, right? So children are just very open and don't really worry about those kind of things, right? But then they're taught to start comparing themselves to others, and they are taught that they're not good enough, so then they start doing it to themselves, right? So let this whole toxic pattern of self-criticism, putting ourselves down, and making ourselves small to make other people around us feel better about themselves, to make them feel more secure about themselves and more confident. However, it is not our job to make them feel better as much as we want to help them. We can support them without putting ourselves down. We can be very supportive and loving and caring and tell them how wonderful they're doing, that they're graceful, that they're You know, they're perfectly making progress and whatever might apply to the situation without giving examples that show us in a negative light. So let this whole pattern be reversed. All the damage from our childhood be reversed. And healed. Let that whole portal that has been opened from our ancestors, from our culture, from everyone around us that has allowed these energies in again and again and again through our core wound, through our trauma wounding. Let all of that now be opened. Let light be shed on it. Let the darkness be removed from it. And let us heal all this intergenerational damage. Let any and all vows and soul contracts that may have been a part of why we keep experiencing that. Let any and all vows, soul contracts, shackles, chains, leashes, and any and all other cords, connections, and karmic bonds now and forever be cut, severed, finished, and removed throughout all of time and space, throughout all lifetimes, timelines, parallel and alternate realms, realities, multi and universes, and any and all other aspects that affect us in this lifetime and moving forward. And simply everything I just mentioned is really a part of the oneness. So in all aspects of the fractured variations of oneness, let us be healed in any and all aspects. And let this toxic pattern be put to rest. And let us stand strong in our self-worth, in knowing our own divinity and that of others, so that we see the divinity within all of us. No one is better or worse. We're all different variations of the divine in different forms. We're all unique. We're all special. And so it is. Thank you. Dankeschön, all my relations. Let all the old stuff just float away. And so it is. Thank you. Dankeschön, all my relations. Oh, all right, everyone. If you'd like to stay in these energies a bit longer, please pause the video. For the rest of us, let the ceremony now be finished. I just noticed I forgot to turn on the lamp that's to the left of this little mini altar. So the left side is the receiving side. There's still darkness, there's still shadows that need to be healed on our receiving side. So the hurt, pain, suffering, and trauma from receiving non-unconditional, so basically conditional love. Sorry, it was I knew what they meant, but it wasn't quite clear in words right away. Sorry. So we're gonna keep working on that, but yeah, it's all about thank you. Okay, so not having received enough nurturing love. So we weren't nurtured enough as children. So that is part of what we still need to heal from more. And we will do more ceremonies. So one step at a time. We're good for today. So once again, let the ceremony now be finished. And let our spirit team, our divine team, accept all of our love, thanks, gratitude, and blessings. Let the circle of protection be open and the ceremony finished. Please accept our love, thanks, gratitude, and blessings once more, and keep us strongly safe, shielded, and protected. And so it is. Thank you, Dankeschön, all my relations, all our relations. Okay, everyone. Thank you so much for watching, for being a part of this ceremony, and for being on your own healing and ascension journey. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share, and subscribe. And I'm also sending you tons of love, light, and blessings. Be well until next time, and I wish you great abundance. May the truth always be with you. Bye.